Hey YouTube, it's a trendy socialite. I wanted to come to you and share with you all my heart again about some things. If you watched my video a few days ago, I talked about I am not my hair and some of the negative things or comments that I was receiving from some of my family, my parents, and people like that that are very close to me about my decision to go natural and the way my natural hair looked. So, I'm not exactly sure how I want to say this, so I'm just going to say it. And if I get flack, then I get flack. And yeah, it is what it is. But we have got to, when I say we, I mean women of color, we have got to stop with this negativity when it comes to our hair. It absolutely has no place in our culture, no place in our society, no place in our relationships with one another. We really have to adopt the adage, to each his own. If a person wants to wear their hair relaxed and straight, relaxed and curly, natural and straight, natural and curly, kinky, coily, Z-pad and cotton ball, whatever they want to do, as my girlfriend says, do you, boo. We have got to stop the negativity. We have got to stop being not tolerant of people and their choices, especially regarding their hair. People, it is just hair, and I understand that our hair is important to us. It's an expression of who we are as individuals and things of that nature. But when you allow something on the outside to dictate how you think about someone else or how you view someone else, and your respect of them is based on what their hair looks like, you really need to examine it. That's not cool. That's not godly. That's not mature. Okay? It's just not mature to do that. And this is coming from some interactions that I've had and some conversations that I've witnessed online about people criticizing other people and in their YouTube videos, stating, about their heritage and their hair. Yeah, I understand, and people were offended, and maybe rightfully so. I'm probably a little thicker skinned than that when it comes to stuff like that. But at the same time, ladies, first of all, let's do that. Let's act like ladies. And to degrade, to insult, to curse, to name call, to belittle fellow sisters, fellow women of color because of them sharing their own experiences with their hair. That's not good. It doesn't mean us any good. It doesn't get us anywhere as a people. People from the outside, they're always watching us. They're always watching what we do, what we say, how we interact together. And when we are doing all of this fighting amongst ourselves and criticism and just, it's one thing to be critical. I can take criticism. I can take criticism as long as it's constructive. But when you're just downgrading me and belittling me because I decide I want to wear a relaxer, and I'm brainwashed and I'm succumbing to all of these European ideals and things of that nature, I need for people to back off of that some. That is not the way to influence people to do what you want them to do. That is not a way to influence people to become natural. It doesn't work that way. The way that you influence people to become natural is to be happy about your decision, not to be militant about it, to show the versatility of your natural hair, to rock it with confidence, and to be accepting and sources of information for people that have questions. I have gotten a lot of questions on Facebook, and quite frankly, nobody on Facebook knows about my YouTube channel. No one on Facebook knows about my blog or, you know, really that I'm on Twitter. Because like the Facebook people, first of all, I'm not, like, Facebook is it's about like MySpace for me a lot of days. I'm mainly up there for my job because I deal with college students, so a lot of them are on Facebook. I would not, for a while I wasn't going up there that much. Anyway, I'm not going to talk about that. But I've been getting a lot of questions from people on Facebook that are transitioning, that are considering transition, that are just did their big chop, what have you. And, you know, I have really tried to be wealth of positive information for them, to tell them to be, and at the same time to be honest with them. This hasn't been an easy transition for me, being a natural. And I'm not even going to lie to people and say that it has. I'm not going to lie to you as YouTube and say that, oh, I'm just, you know, happy in Jesus with my decision to be natural. Some days I'm not quite so sure. But it's a decision. I'm committed to it, and I'm going to stick with it. But we have got to stop the negativity. I mean, like that Stop the Violence campaign. I mean, words hurt. They and that's something that you can't take back, and that's a lesson that I'm learning right now. No matter what your intentions are, your intentions may be somewhat honorable when you're trying to educate people, or when you're trying to influence them that they don't need chemicals in their life, or they don't need chemicals in their hair. But you are diminishing the credibility and the validity of your message when you accuse them of being brainwashed from a child, when you accuse them of, you know, standing up to European ideals. And to be quite frank, if we were all honest, whether we're natural or relaxed or what have you, we haven't always done everything correct when it comes to our hair. We have done some really jacked up stuff to our hair. But once, it seems like for some people, once they sort of, you know, graduated or, you know, became natural and their hair is thriving and growing, like they forgot from whence they've come. And we cannot do that. Cannot. You need to remember the time that you were putting pink oil moisturizer in your hair, okay? When your ponytail, when you had that little fan ponytail, you remember that? And it was a little mini fan. I mean, like, you could barely, like, it was not even as big as my hand. Okay. You need to remember that when you're talking to people and the way you talk to people. Joan London said in a speech that I heard her do, it's about timing, tact, and tone. And quite frankly, some people that I'm encountering and seeing online, they're lacking all three of those things. The timing of what they say couldn't be worse. Their tone definitely is horrible. And the tact of what they're saying, they are so tactless, it is ridiculous. And I'm like, are these grown women who are mothers and wives and working women and intelligent women talking to each other like they are out in the streets? And I'm sorry, that's not how I was raised. We can agree to disagree. We can disagree all day long. But once we get down to the name calling and the belittling, and you trying to act like you know my experience, and you're making these judgments about me based on my hair. Oh, come on. Like, that's sort of where I draw the line. It's just hair, people. What's inside that counts. And for those of you that are hypercritical and hypersensitive, like, I need for y'all to examine the insides. I really do, because something ain't right. And I'm being honest. And you can criticize me. You can write the same negative comments that you do to others, and in the comments below. I'll delete them, but you can do that. But that's gonna say a whole lot about you and where you are. But once again, we have got to stop the negativity. We have to stop the backbiting and the criticism. It doesn't serve us well. Let's be positive. Let's be supportive. Let's be informative. That's what we're here to do and what we're here to be about. I love you all. This message comes from a place of love and concern and care for everyone. And I want us to be happy and whole and present a united front regardless to everyone else. All right? Love you. Be blessed. Bye.